Alright, so this is Tim Burton's Alice in Wonderland. What the fuck happened here? God damn it.
Fucking movie.
If I ever thought a movie that, a story and a director that go hand in hand, I mean, should just give us probably one of the most perfect interpretations of a classic book, or even two books, you want to make that argument, and good fucking God, I was so pissed off at this movie. I was so angry.
Interesting story. When we saw this film, you were hyped, as you are, for all Tim.
Well, no. I got taken down when I saw the second trailer, and I went, "Oh no!" I'm just fingers
you were
crossed,
hyped
please,
initially,
please.
though.
The first trailer, I was really excited.
I had felt for a little while that I'd been getting burnt out on Tim Burton, so. And the fact that Disney's name was attached to it was not helping me any.
Even though Disney already has probably the best Alice in Wonderland, really.
Yep. But anyway, so we went to see it, and I just remember watching it and just like, what the fuck is this? When we left the cinema, like, I remember turning to you as we're like walking back to the car, and I'm just like, I don't remember a single fucking thing that happened in that movie. I literally forgot about the entire movie within 5 minutes of seeing it. Like, I remembered something from the beginning.
I wish I was so lucky.
Something from the end. And I'm like, this was the most useless, unmemorable movie, like, I had seen at that point to date. I'm just like, wow, I don't remember a single fucking thing. And, like, that was the case until I saw it again when we did the NC. Like, whenever somebody asks, like, oh, what'd you think of the movie? It's like, I don't know, I don't remember it.
And
it's literally like I blacked out.
It just gets worse and worse every time. I mean, this movie was so... I'm glad the review turned out well and everything, but it was so painful to edit, because I love the story of Alice in Wonderland, I love the possibility, and I love Tim Burton. And like I said, here's a director who has been criticized for years and years not having enough of a story to his films, and here is a story that has no story, and he gives it a fucking story!
So what does he do? He gives it the story.
The one story that should not have a story, and he gives it a story, and it's too complicated, and it's dumb, and it's forced, and it makes no sense.
Let's not dump that all in Burton. There were crappy screenwriters.
No, I mean, there were. You know, it's like... he's kind of like a kid that way. It's just like, oh, I can just see the visuals. Like, same thing with Planet of the Apes. Like, he didn't give a shit about the movie.
No, and that's the
I
thing.
just see the apes moving and how they look cool.
It's funny you brought that movie up, because when I saw Alice in Wonderland, that's the only thing I thought. I was like, wow, it's exactly like Planet of the Apes. I don't remember that much about this movie. It was the exact same thing. It's like, let's take something that was a complicated story with many nuances, or at least, in case of Alice in Wonderland, complex, and it's just surreality. Like, it's nonsense, and let's attach some sort of, ooh, military metaphor, ooh, big battle, ooh, like, that was it. That's all I remember. It's the exact same thing that happened to Planet of the Apes.
And, you know...
It all just came down to some stupid battle at the end that nobody cares. And this is my biggest problem with it, because I can't even give Burton the credit. Like, he's not the only one who's done this. What is with this fucking thing that people do where they're like, I'm going to reinterpret Alice in Wonderland, or it's going to be this big metaphor for like giant battles, and this all means something, and this and that. It's like it's a story that may have satirical elements to it, but it's still about nonsense. They're like, no, we need to defeat the Jabberwocky and fulfill the prophecy. There's another fucking prophecy.
Don't give fucking logic.
The prophecy, and like she's now like fucking Joan of Arc, like wielding the sword. I'm like,
fuck this movie. Really, fuck this movie.
Where is this shit coming from? That's not what Alice in Wonderland is about. It's not some fucking medieval battle movie. It's not fucking Braveheart. And I've seen this again and again. And then, like, you know, like Once Upon a Time tried to do their own version, and there's all this political intrigue. And I'm like, how can you have political intrigue in a nation that's just run by crazy people? It's just a bunch of kooks. I mean, North Korea makes more fucking sense than fucking Wonderland.
Great, now we're going to lose all the North Korean viewers that we never had.
This will be worse than when we attack the Amish. I don't know.
Everyone's going to look for when we make fun of the Amish, by the way. It's a joke because they don't watch TV or internet.
It bothers me.
It really fucking bothers me.
It really bothers me. Like, does it bother you that it's like, let's take a story that is essentially supposed to be nonsense? Like, that is the fun of it, and try to...
all of this logic.
Yeah.
You are sucking out the fun. You are sucking out everything that made Alice in Wonderland, wonderful and
The
fun
second
and
you have
standout.
prophecies and plans and military
And
battles
strategies and like lone hero that's supposed to come out and save the day. Why are you making this so boring? Why are you making a story that was so much fun and just so creative and just like this endless world of imagination? You are limiting it to the most boring, terrible degree
and
make it like every other Hollywood bunch of shit.
Overused piece of crap tropes. I mean, we have that. It's called Star Wars, and every single fucking movie that's been ripping off Star Wars since Star Wars.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's not like we have a shortage of stories that don't have the lone hero, the prophecy, someone that thinks it's a dream, some sort of evil person in China. I mean, every young adult book is pretty much this now, but we've had tons from Dune to Narnia to Star Wars. I mean, it's
and
just
if you do it right, then
if you do it great, good. But
this
add
didn't even
something
do it
new.
right.
And you're trying to bring it to something just clearly 100% does not belong, and it just infuriates me because somewhere there's an Alice in Wonderland version that's gonna come out, and it's gonna be a perfect mix of like both something kind of new, an interpretation like the original Disney one, and really close to the book. Because as much as I love the original Disney one, I think is probably the best one. It still really does. The book's so long. Both the books are so long and have so much going on.
Condense a lot.
Yeah, you have to condense a lot. And wouldn't it be great to see those come to life? But there's been so many versions that they fall into the Christmas Carol trap where they try to do word for word what happens, and it loses the strangeness. You need to update it a little bit.
You know what it is? This is the equivalent of trying to take something as loony as Tommy Wiseau's The Room and turn it into a real serious drama, and then failing. That's what it's like. It's like it was never meant to be that. Well, maybe he wanted it to be that, but it's obviously not, and trying to make sense out of it, you know, and try to put some realistic plot attached to it is not going to save it. You can't fucking save it.
No, and this is one of those where...
In the case of Alice in Wonderland, it doesn't need to be saved. Neither does The Room. The Room stands beautifully as the weird, fucked up thing it is.
This is one of those where it's like... And I saw this with my wife's family at the time, and like, they are not into... you know, anything nearly as weird as what we like, and they don't think that much about films. There's nothing wrong with it. If you want to go just enjoy something that's on the screen, fine. And they came out just liking it because, you know, it's weird. It's Tim Burton. Okay, I need my dose of weird, and that's what it feels like to me. It feels like, hey, for people that don't really want to explore the strange side or anything like that, but you just want a little dose to be like, oh, look, I'm different. I'm a little quirky. Okay, I saw Alice in Wonderland. I kind of get it.
I like the Alice in Wonderland.
Yeah, no, and it's one of those things where I'm not saying they were faking it or anything like that, but just to truly explore just the genius and the surreality of those original books, which are very hard to translate, but can be done, and it can be done much better than this.
Past the hot topic, I looked inside for 30 seconds. I'm quirky.
And I'm just blown away by how many people like this and what a big hit it was. Because, I mean, I just can't imagine going back and watching this film again out of pleasure. I do it because of my job.
And you're right, it did get worse because what I treated with indifference the first time, I actively hated the second.
Yeah, it's one of those things where just the more you think about it, it makes less and less sense.
Well,
and
you're so stupid, Doug. You probably called it Wonderland
yeah,
instead of
fucking
Underland.
silly me. I mean, it is doing everything in its power not to be Alice in Wonderland. Even though it's fucking called Alice in Wonderland, I meant what I said. When Care Bears in Wonderland was a more faithful adaptation.
Oh, it totally is. It totally is.
But...
Also more adult.
Oh, God. I just fucking hate this movie.
The whole thing felt... And that's the thing. It felt paint by number. Like, even by, like, lame Tim Burton standards, it's like, okay, we got our quirky art design. But, like, the beginning felt like fucking Pirates of the Caribbean. Got the same sort of blonde English girl, like, direct out of some Pirates casting call. I want more! Something, 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 something more! And then goes to Wonderland, and then at the end, it's just like, oh, I'm gonna run my own company and sail ships. And then she goes and she meets Jack Sparrow somewhere. Like, it just,
You know, and I'll say that...
It just looked like every other movie at the time. That's what bothered me, too. It was watered down. It didn't even, like, I've seen more interesting-looking Tim Burton films. And this should have been the most interesting looking of all. It's Alice in fucking Wonderland.
Yeah, and some of the designs are cool. Like, the Queen looks cool. And that's what pisses me off, too. They try so hard, in many respects, to really kind of make it look like the book. Like the Queen with the big head and stuff like that.
But then you have random moments where it's like, all the heads and the bloody motor, whatever. I'm like, what film are we in now? Like, It's been so goofy, and then all of a sudden we've got severed heads just floating around.
Which, I mean... Don't get me wrong. It's like
I'm fine with that if the rest of the movie was like that. That would have been cool at least.
But yeah, I mean, if you're gonna do this, like, make it like, even
it's like American McGee's Alice.
Angle,
like,
yeah,
it would have been
even the dark, gritty goth angle doesn't work because American McGee's Alice did it so much better and so much more adult and just so much better designs and clever.
And that's what I thought.
Acting.
I thought it was gonna be like that, and I was like, I don't care if they did it first. I'm like, well, Tim Burton's got a hold of this. Like, this will be really fucked up. Like, it was like nothing. There was the head thing is the closest thing we got to anything even remotely disturbing. Like,
but hey, she doesn't fit in like all those other girls, so she must have a really defined character. This is like...
The script literally, like, whoever wrote it, like, I don't even remember the credits because I don't remember a single thing about it. The only thing I can tell you is Danny Elfman did the music, and it had frickin' Helena Bonham Carter in it.
And Johnny Depp.
And Johnny Depp. That's all you need to know. And Alan Rickman, just because I remember Wonderland. I don't remember what I was going to say.
You're distracted by Christopher Lee's incredible cameo as the Jabberwocky.
I don't even remember that.
That's right, Christopher Lee! You want Christopher Lee in an Alice in Wonderland movie. What can make this giant monster that you can just replace with Snarl.
Fucking idiot! Christopher Lee's heavy metal about the Jabberwocky is way more interesting than anything.
Right? It's just... and this was one of the most therapeutic reviews to do because so many people were like, what's wrong with you? And this was in the book. Shut up! Just shut up!
What's
this
wrong
was
with
in
us?
the book. Yeah, it's like, that was in the book. Good for you! Did you read anything else outside of whatever the fuck you're comparing? Do you have any comprehension of theme or mood or character or story or feel or anything like that? But hey, this written word here, they said those written words. Now, true, they replaced the W with U and just made it Underland, but everything else was pretty faithful. Just fuck you! No, fuck you! I just had to get that out.
Wait, so she went back to Wonderland, defeated the Jabberwocky, came back, and then sailed a ship around the world?
Yeah! Didn't you know that was in the book? She got in the metal armor and everything. I mean, it's like...
I don't remember that.
Wow! I mean, it's just one of those things where it's like, at some point when... And again, I still stand
the Mad Hatter danced to a Bad Boingo soundtrack in the book?
Yeah, it's like you couldn't even get us a good Oingo Boingo music. You have Danny Elfman. No, actually, I remember we were talking to Ego Raptor and he was talking about that scene. He said, you want to know what the weird thing is? Like, they play music to that scene, but in their reality, there's no music, so he's just going fucking nuts. He's like,
I would have preferred
and it's
that.
like
That would have been hilarious. And then cut back to all, including Alice, just staring at the Mad Hatter going,
what? It's one of those things where it's like, and like I say, if you like the movie, okay, but don't try to say it's the book. Don't try to say this is faithful. Don't try to say they captured what Alice in Wonderland is about or the feel or anything related to Alice in Wonderland.
Oh no, they may have cut out metric tons of stuff in the Disney film, but
that was Alice in Wonderland.
But when it comes to the spirit of it, it's weird. The Burton film, the Burton film at best is just a bad Tim Burton movie. It's literally, they went through all of the screenwriting tropes in previous Burton films. Oh, the outsider wants something more. Oh, like, you could just literally put them down on a list.
Oh, I just hate this film so much. I hate it so much because I love Alice in Wonderland so much, and I meant when I said when there are probably going to be a lot more interpretations of it, but when a film like this is a hit, and people try to say, yeah, you got it. You got Alice in Wonderland. What's wrong with you, Doug? They did it right. They got Alice in Wonderland. You were encouraging them to take other wonderful stories that could be explored more and shitifying it. And you're encouraging them to go and say, you know what, this is what people want. This is good. We're declaring this good. And this is more what people are looking for. And right now, in terms of movies, it's like, I think we're in a pretty okay spot for movies now. Like I said, the Dark Age of movies is past for a while. But it's like we're still encouraging them to come out with stuff like this, with these interpretations, when there could be wonderful, creative, brilliant interpretations happening if you gave them to more capable artists. And we supported that. You know, right now we're seeing that in TV with kid shows and stuff like that, with stuff like Steven Universe and Adventure Time and Gravity Falls and stuff. And we're creating new ones, and that's great. But when you try to remake something like this and say, no, this is correct, this is the spirit of the book, I mean, God knows how many people are not going to want to read the book. And they're going to be like, oh, well, where's the fucking armor? And where's the... You're just giving the total wrong idea what this is about to something that is so much better. And just an entirely different creature. So this was really therapeutic when I did this, because I've seen so many people say they liked the movie, and then when they watch my review, they're like, boy, that's not how I remember it at all. I remember being better or whatever. It's kind of like Avatar, the blue... pussy movie, you know, it's like they remember being better because they're blown away by maybe the visuals or the experience or the 3D or something, but then when they watch it again and they think about it, it's like, this is not good.
Okay, here's the thing. I said, man, what is with your Avatar hate?
Well, wait, that's the first time I brought that up in a while.
But second, Avatar was legitimately visually interesting. Alice in Wonderland was not. You could go on DeviantArt and in 5 seconds find 1,000 pictures more visually interesting than anything that Tim Burton's Alice in Wonderland game is. That's the thing. Like, it just was not interesting to look at. It was drab. You know, for Wonderland, I didn't think it was all that colorful. It just was like, hey, let's take Alice in Wonderland and suck all the life out of it.
Yeah, so
that's visually interesting.
You know, and even with the original animated
you
Alice in
just
Wonderland,
don't get it. You're not dark enough.
Yeah, that's it. Even with the original Alice in Wonderland, the animated one, most of that is in shadow. But by God, when they use color, when they use the designs, when they use the angles, it's like they knew how to use the blank space. They knew how to make it still so interesting, and the colors popped out so much more. And here it's like, well, we have this dark background, but you know, here's kind of a gray blue or a gray red or a gray whatever, and that's not interesting to look at. Sorry.
I don't
really
even know
hate this movie. And like I said, I don't know if I would hate
He hates it actually more than I do.
I don't know if I would hate it.
As I said, the first time I was indifferent to it, I was like, that was very mad. The second time I'm like, I don't like this movie. You, on the other hand, are just...
I actually wasn't planning to get this mad, but it's like I said, when I think of the original story, and I just think how much we're encouraging more of this.
That's a sign of a bad movie, though. When you think about it, you can feel your blood boil.
Kind of. I mean, it's one of those things where it's like, because when we were talking about which ones to do, I'm like, well, we have, Osmosis Jones, because that's still kind of fresh in my mind, and I'm just looking through other reviews, I'm like, Alice in Wonderland, that was a big hit, you know, like, in the reviews, yeah, let's do that, and then, like, just exploded. Yeah, it's just one of those things where it's like, talk about an incredible opportunity, because I just still have not gotten that perfect adaptation. The animated Disney one is as close as we've gotten, but like we said, they're missing a lot.
Well, what'd you think of the miniseries?
What, the NBC one?
Mm-hmm.
Like a lot of them close to the book, but had no life to it. You know.
No, it's a pretty good description.
Yeah, no, but that's the thing with a lot of them fall into that Christmas Carol trap. While the book does have brilliant writing, you still need to adapt it. You can't do word for word.
It's hard to capture both the spirit of the book and all of the actual things that happen.
Yeah, it's tough. I'm not gonna act like
it tends to be one or the other. Like, it's just like, well, we had all the things that happen in the book, yeah, but it's lifeless. Mm. Or, wow, this is really full of life, but man, you cut half the book out. I generally am of the sort that I prefer you'd rather have life in your movie than follow the book by the letter.
Yeah, me too.
The nice thing about the Burton film is it did neither. It was lifeless and it didn't follow the book to the letter.
So yes, but that's what I mean. It's like I do read this book and it just, you know, both of them, they just have like this, for lack of a better word, they do have this wonder to it and just this surreality. And even though you could argue, you know, Alice, yeah, she's curious, but there's not much to her, it makes you realize with the original animated Disney one, just how much the writing and especially that actress and the animation brought to that role.
Oh, that movie's bonkers. And that's the way it should.
But she is not boring. She is actually. You want to follow her, and you're with her. And she's a little mischievous.
But that's what bothered me. There was nothing about the Burton film that was really bonkers.
No, it took out the insanity. It took out the madness.
The Queen of Hearts is the closest thing to being bonkers, and they want to kill her for it. Like, she's the closest thing to just being, like, completely insane. Everybody else is like, we got a plan. We're going to take this. It's like, I'm like, really? She's the closest thing to legitimate Wonderland, is the Queen of Hearts.
I just never seen such a big hit movie take such a big hit book, I mean, a classic that we're still reading years later, and just say, let's take out everything that was fun, intelligent, and surreal about. I mean, just take it all out, and we'll go. It's like, no! It's just, I think it's the fact that it was a hit as well. And people just didn't understand why. Well, it's weird. Is that what Alice in Wonderland is? It's weird. And it's like there is just no respect for the possibility of imagination and just the focus you still need. You know, and it doesn't always mean limitations. It just means determination. It means discipline.
What is the point of Alice in Wonderland?
To me, it's a fun little escape into surreality. Just let, leave logic behind.
What is the point?
To have an experience, for me. To have a very surreal experience and to just like...
Is that an actual point?
Oh, like probably not.
Point. Exactly. It's pointless!
Yeah.
What is the point of the bird film?
To
liberate the land from the tyranny of the...
No. And Mad Hatter, down with the bloody Red Queen. She's crazy. We're not crazy. I just called the Mad fucking Hatter.
I'm surprised. No! I'm surprised Alice didn't just let them kill each other. Like, let them all.
Why is she invested in this at all? I mean, well, clearly she's not. The actress couldn't give a shit. But it's like, there's no reason to be invested, even as a dream goes. Because she always thinks it's a dream.
Maybe the Queen of Hearts was supposed to represent an adult world trying to bring...
Well, that would have been interesting. I would have been okay with that.
Enforce logic, basically.
It's not in the book, but it would have been interesting.
Yeah, the Mad Queen is trying to... the Queen of Hearts is trying to enforce logic on a world that has no logic.
That's what Care Bears in Wonderland want to do.
And then that would be an interesting way to approach it.
And be a threat. It would
but
be
she's not. She's just as crazy. So the crazy ones are trying to basically using like logic and adult logic basically. Let's go to war. Like it just makes maybe that was the secret. I just said it makes no sense. Maybe it doesn't make any sense. Maybe Burton was
Maybe he was more brilliant than we thought.
Yeah,
oh, God.
It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy.
What a missed opportunity. Just what a great chance to have really a director who's done great stuff and a story with so many great possibilities, and it's like, here they go, a match made in heaven, boom! I mean, just totally missed each other
and that's
somehow.
the problem.
Even though you're right here, they totally missed.
I will say, this is the problem I have with a lot of bad Burton films, is they don't feel like Burton films. You can almost sense the autopilot.
Mm.
The kind of nature of like, yeah, I'll provide some drawings, and yeah, I'll say action, but it's almost like the studio has a control of it, and they're just like, no, do this, do that. It's very paint by number. Whereas if it's a project, he's really like... You watch something like fucking Big Fish or his early works, like you can sense the passion there. I just didn't even feel any passion for any character. Maybe the Mad Hatter, a little. I felt some passion for maybe.
I was gonna say the caterpillar for me. It's only like no, but even like the Cheshire Cat looks great. But when you see him talking of revolutions and stuff like that, I'm like, no, it just hurts. It just hurts. It hurts because I love the story so much.
Apparently he's a communist, too.
Right? Yeah. So it just hurts. If you like the movie, I will never understand it. But go ahead and like it. But I mean, don't try to convince me. I'm in way too deep a pit of hate to be dragged out to like this film.
Please send all hate mail to Doug Walker.
They already sent it, but again, I mean, the review does great. Was it like the 3rd or 4th most watched or something like that?
It's always when people are just like, you guys goofed! You reviewed this movie! You reviewed Jurassic World! And then all of a sudden the numbers shoot up and it's just like...
I'm expecting an apology! I'm sorry you watched this like 500,000 times!
Yeah, I'm sorry everybody keeps watching it.
You showed me! No, this was one that, like I said, because it's like, it was just these two great things I really love and you think would go hand in hand and just really, I mean, just went the total opposite direction of where they were supposed to go and just took like 20 steps backwards and we rewarded it. That's on top of it being so bad, we said, good! Give us another one!
What is this we, Kimosabi? I didn't reward it.
Well, I
forgot about it the second I left the cinema.
I had to see excited to do a bum review. And it did lead to a great Nostalgia Critic, so... yeah, there you go. That was quite a rant. I did not expect it to get that angry, but, yeah.
You want to point on the Tim Burton-shaped doll where the movie hurt you?
Here! So... Yeah, that's about it. Hopefully I'll be more calm in the next one. For anyone wondering, by the way, like I said, we're still catching up. The Steven Universe vlogs, we're going to have those coming next week, and there should be a lot of them. So we are catching up here. We also got a lot of stuff we're adding to the DVD as well. So that's also catching us up. But yeah, you'll have probably more positivity there than here. And
yeah, I like that show.
Yeah, that show's fun. That show's more like Alice in Wonderland than fucking Alice in Wonderland.
Still a little too much logic, but way less logic than the Alice in Wonderland.
So that's about it. We'll see you at the next one. Later.